So Terry, this thing's just arrived, and you were saying earlier which one ran the 289. That was the XR GT.
Yep.
The XTs ran the 302.
302.
230 horsepower, it says on the car.
230 in a manual.
In a manual. This one, yeah, this one's a manual. It's a good car, and why don't you jump in and we'll take it for a drive?
Let's go for a bell.
I think we should do.
Let's go.
Well, Terry, I've got to tell you, in all the years I've been driving classic cars, and I've owned a few classic cars over the years, this is the first time I've ever driven an XT GT.
XT. Have you driven an XR?
No, I haven't. I've been a passenger in an XR GT, but now the XRs were the first of them with the 289.
289, I'm with you.
Then the XT came out, and the XR was only available in the gold.
Yep.
They did make a couple of limited edition ones in silver, I think, for a cigarette sponsorship back in the day.
Yep.
The XT, this one runs a 302.
Yep.
And this is a cracker example. Now, they came in white, gold, I think zircon green, and silver.
With the gold.
And red. Yep,
and
so
red.
You had a bit more of a choice of colours in the XT.
Yep.
And a lot of people said the XT was a lot more refined car over the XR. Now, both XRs and XTs lay dormant in the collector field for many years. They just sort of didn't make the grade. But over the last 2 to 3 years, XRs have absolutely skyrocketed and gone through the roof, and XTs have become very, very collectible too. And this would have to be, like,
Isn't it a clean type
it
car?
is a beautiful car.
Exceptional condition.
Like, you look at the door trims, they're still they're not remanufactured. That's the original door trims.
Yeah.
Dash top, seats, underneath the bonnet. We'll give everyone at home a look underneath the bonnet later, but
It's just a cracker. Of a
it
car,
is
isn't
a beautiful example. And you know, look, you and I go to a lot of motor shows and car shows and that to look at different cars and chat to people, and you see so many XRs, XTs, XYs, whatever, and Holdens, mind you, restored to absolutely 100% picture perfect.
Yeah.
But I like looking at a car like this that's not restored,
Yeah.
that is original but been well cared for. It's probably had a little bit of paint at one stage in its life, but
It's allowed to have that. It's even got the
original radio is still in it.
button radio there.
And like, look at this for a 68 model motor car. So how old's that make it now? It's what? Gee whiz. It's got some age, and look at that.
Still got some life left in it.
Yeah, like third gear, pulling like a train,
Yeah.
fourth gear. It's just a great example, and to get one of these, and in fact, I think this would be probably the first XT GT we've had for auction. We've had a lot of XYs and XWs.
Well, you don't see as many as
No.
the XT, do you?
No.
You see the XW, XYs. You very rarely see, especially in a GT as
Yeah.
well.
Yep, I'm pretty sure it would be the first XT GT we've had. We've had XAs and Bs and XC coupes, but what a cracker example. Great oil pressure in it. Look at that, temperature's beautiful. All the
Looks good in
gauges,
white, too, doesn't
white
it?
with the black
White
vinyl
with the
top.
black trim. Yeah.
Yep, no mate, look, you know me, I'm more of a Holden man at heart, but I still do love my Falcons.
You've
But
got to like this.
I could quite easily park this at home in my shed, and it's even down to the rear Venetian it's got in it. And it just, like, we've had a couple of XYs for the last few months, and this actually drives firmer and tighter on the road than what the XYs did for some reason. I don't know how he's maintained this car, but
He's done a good job of it, hasn't he?
it is. Original sun visors. Listen to that. Beautiful little 302 Windsor just purring away. Plenty of torque.
So that'd be a Windsor 302?
Yeah, Windsor 302.
Yeah.
So this one comes up this month at Grays Online. So if anyone's interested, I'm sure we're going to get plenty of interest in this car. Give us a call on 1300 Classic, or pop us an email to classic@grays. Well, the car is on display at 131 Main Beach Road, Pinkenba. If you want to come down and have a look at it, by all means pop down to Grays Online and inspect this Ford muscle car from the 60s in person.